different, so I ask, can I?
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Steeler first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 31. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Third down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Block now to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
29-yard line.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
At the 47-yard line.
Locke working out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be taken down with marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. Being chased out left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them. And also, it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game. Hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And the Steeler 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
And that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he gets it down to the 32. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun snap to Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Steven Nelson on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup. brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Steelers 3.
From the 41, Locke sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Block off of play action. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Here we go. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Connor on first down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And the Broncos get there and take him down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Locke. Going left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
At the 43-yard line.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Rolling to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. At 46, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
This ball complete to Rager. And the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Lock. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Lock, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Lock. No escape from Lock, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. He's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack.
Operating from the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. That's how you draw off the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. The receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They run it here with Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 1.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The drive will start with Connor. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. It'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball. But they brought that to the NFL because it is hard for an offensive lineman to keep them away from the quarterback. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. So how about that for a momentum switch? We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. After the turnover, here's Locke. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Locke looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun. Locke. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Look at the big man rumble. That's all you got. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for the Steelers score. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And he'll bang that one through.
Score Steelers 24, Broncos 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over first and...
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. Throwing on first down is Locke. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Block. Flushed out right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, a run with Connor. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, 30 yards. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Might be it right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Roethlisberger going to throw it. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9. Locke got Gordon open, completes it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Locke. A tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Locke now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Throw to Ayuk. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Is A.J. Boye on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Pittsburgh, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Denver, they lose their 9th game on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.